And we had this conversation about it because she was like, Mom, like, I get that you, not that I, like, wrap a safety bubble around her, right? But, like, I did not grow up. Like, can you relate? Drop relate in the comments. Like, can you relate to life, like, how it is now? Like, kids have no idea. On my feet, me, Tanya. I'm just talking about how I didn't even tell him I was going to bring my friend on. So my friend Tanya, y'all, can you relate to, you know, feeling like kids have no idea how blessed their lives are today, and like the things that we had to struggle with were, I know there's kids who don't have, you know, the most or the best or whatever, and that's not what this is about, but kids that their parents struggled so much they don't want them to go through what they had to, and it's almost like a disservice to them. Like, my kid's not entitled or spoiled at all. Like, she can be a little bit sassy. By the way, are we wearing the same color now? I like it, I like it. But yeah, she's just sitting in the orchard chair like, Mom, I have such a blessed life. I'm like, you have no idea. Like, I did not have this life. I'm so grateful and thankful to be able to provide for her this way. But, like, I hope to take it accountable. So, yeah, I had this on my heart, and I was just thinking about, like, when did I start feeling capable and brave enough to handle things on my own? And, like, when did I know that I could do it on my own and that I didn't need anyone else to come and help? So I was, like, thinking about that, like, when Riley put this perspective out there, because I want her to know that she's capable and able, and I'm trying to lead by example. So when do you think that you believed in yourself, like, to be able and capable and more brave enough to, like, handle situations and not, you know, call somebody?
I was a risk taker.
You were a risk taker?
So I guess I always believed in myself. Because I just took...
You're just like, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
I do that with investing.
Yeah. Okay. You just, I don't know. I don't really know what pushed that for me or what drive I developed. Like, I always just knew, like, if I don't do it, no one's going to do it.
Well, yeah, that.
And when I didn't take control, I knew that it went off the rails. Like, I was a control freak a little bit with that, I think. Do you relate to the control freak thing?
Oh, yeah. I still am. I still am. Nothing's changed.
Hey. That's funny. Okay. So then, if you're still the control freak, and you've always been brave, okay? Like, I know we build up confidence when we actually take action, and then we see what results are produced from it, but, like, self-worthiness and self-esteem are two different things. So at what point did you actually start believing in yourself then? Like, you're always brave, but when did you, like, believe you could do it? Like, what did it take, or what moment in life really had you, like, wow?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I've always been like this.
I don't know.
It's not helpful.
I don't know. I mean, I guess a long life, I guess, in corporate, there was a time, graduating college. I'm trying to think what else. Like, I guess there's little things that I went through over the years that helped me realize, oh, I can do this. And then I'm like, well, if I can do this, there's a lot of people that can do this too. You just have to believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's fair. So there wasn't anything specific that you think you had to shift in your mind for your identity to match who you thought you were and who you believed you were?
Well, when my mom passed away when I was 20, I had no choice.
You just had no choice.
I had no choice. I had to figure it out. There was no falling back on anyone.
Sink or swim, yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Okay, so then, like, if we want to bridge it to success, like success you feel like you've been having in business in general, do you think that the root of those successes are because you had this belief and drive, or do you feel like it's because you followed systems and you knew who you were from the beginning? Or was it like a layer of each of these things?
Both. All of it.
Both.
You need everything. You need a drive.
Yeah.
You need systems. You need support. You need guidance. You need so much. Like, it's one thing holds hands with the other one. Like, if you don't have a system, whatever you're doing is going to fall apart. If you don't, if your drive falls off, then, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. Right. It's the same thing. If you don't go to the gym, what happens? If you don't eat right, what happens? If you don't go to work, what happens? It's the same thing, whether you own your own business or not. What happens?
Yeah.
No results.
That's where I think identity is a huge part of it, because if you don't act in accordance to the identity you believe to be yourself, you don't follow the habits that suit that identity, and again, you fall off. So yeah, if you're over here, no system, no plan, nothing, and you're doing things just willy-nilly, it's like, okay, I'm going to forget this identity that I relate to now, or that I see inside myself, and I'm going to fall back to the one that I was before these habits, or whatever they were inside of a system that kept me in this identity. Yeah. Okay, so then, do you think you still shift your identity? And if you do, how often are you shifting your identity?
I definitely do. How often? It's about to happen in about a year and a half when the twins graduate. You know what I mean?
So
I'm going to have
shifting your identity according to where you are, the path. Like, I know that you see your future. We're big visionaries, right? So we see our future and we reverse engineer. What do we have to do now to get to where we want to be?
Yeah.
So your timeline of goals you have set, your next identity will have to shift in about a year and a half to who you are going to be then. Okay, that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more stretched. I've got, Riley's got another, we're in 7th grade, another 5 years of school for me to be able to, make a huge leap. But I feel like there is always an identity shift throughout this. Like, yes, I'm growing, and my daughter's growing alongside of me, and so, we're doing life together for the first time at these ages as we're aging, right? So I do have to become a different person to support the lifestyle that she's going through as well as what I'm going through. So I feel like, my identity of where I want to be is here. And I can't just wake up tomorrow and be this person, right? But I'm gradually hitting these pivotal moments that are getting me closer to this identity.
Yep.
But who I am now could change. It's going to. Every time we hit an event, I feel like a new layer is unraveling.
The twins got their license. I'm no longer an Uber or a cab driver, you know what I mean? Because they chauffeur themselves.
Yeah. That's crazy. 2 of them on the road. Bless your heart, I'm putting for you. Okay, so then, within that process, that layered process of the systems that you stay committed to keep the identity you have of yourself right now, how did you develop your standards inside of them? Did you adopt standards from another person?
Well, everything has a standard. So it's what you believe in that has a standard, and then what type of people you want in your life, that is a standard. So everything has a standard no matter what. The systems that I have in place, there's a standard for that. I'm not going to allow, certain things to happen in my house because we have systems in place. I'm not gonna it's boundaries, but everything in your life has to have a system. If it doesn't, it doesn't work. It's just...
Yeah, okay. So I could see the standards being based upon what's a priority inside the boundaries, and then basing that on, it's a standard in all things, right? The food we eat, the way we move our body, our workouts, the education, the things we're consuming, the relationships we have with friends and family and those closest to us, because we become, the equivalents of the 5 people we hang around, right? And then even I could think clothing and like habits, clothing, and like our physical presence like should have a standard, because our thinking patterns reflect on the surface of
Absolutely
what we are. So I think that like, I mean, I'm more conservative. I don't have my tits hanging out. Can I say that on here? I don't know if I can say that. But you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So you have to uphold those standards in everything, or you'll end up, lowering those standards would give you a low-level identity. A higher standard would give you a higher level identity. Yeah. And then that gap between where you are and where you want to go is going to be you standing in that current identity.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so then... Okay, this is a good one. Subconsciously, when success shows up without warning, we can have this problem, right, where ego gets in the way and we self-sabotage and end up losing it because we don't have that identity of someone who's capable of that level of success. So what do you do up your identity when you start to see higher levels of success?
Humble yourself.
There you go. I love that.
You have to humble yourself, because if you don't, your ego is going to get in the way. And you have to remember that success is not going to sustain itself. It's not. Like, you might be successful 1 month or 1 year, and then you could lose it all.
Yeah.
And you don't stop working.
Adjust the way we see ourselves.
But you don't stop working either. Like, just because you made $1 million doesn't mean you're going to continue to make $1 million. That $1 million can come and go. I've made $1 million. I made several $1 million in my life. But that will come and go. Because I'll give you an example. You can't pay off your electric bill. You can't pay off your phone bill. You could pay off a house, but certain states, you can't pay off the taxes. You know what I mean? So there's always something, there's always going to be bills no matter what. You could pay off your car. You can't pay off your insurance. You have to have insurance always. You could pay it off for the year. Yeah. So that being said, you can make $1 million, but that $1 million is eventually going to go away because you always have to pay something.
Yeah, that makes sense. So then, when did you start feeling that shift, that some rooms that you were in before, conversations that you were having, no longer align with you and the identity that you relate yourself to now?
People that have no goals. People that talk about the past instead of talking about the present or the future. When I am with people that talk about other people, I don't want to be a part of that, so I may step away.
So you started to notice the shift when you started to feel like you were upholding the standards you had for yourself and the people around you weren't, like you outgrew the standards, or you leveled up the standards and they didn't do anything to meet those new standards. Yeah, that sucks.
Especially when you're with somebody and then you're friends with somebody else and they're talking about that person. I'm just like, wait a minute. We were all just together and now.
Just make the cereal. You're fine. I think it's making it worse by trying not to make noise. So if you got a she's gonna have after school snack. She just got off the bus after the ortho appointment. I took her back to school because she's like, I'm always missing base time, and that's like the best part of the time of day or something. With her friends, they get to go to whatever class. So she always has a snack after school, but because we were going to ortho, she got missed lunch, and then she didn't want to stop and get lunch because she wanted to get back to school. So I'm like, okay, hopefully you don't starve. Not that, what do we got here? Oh, she doesn't want me to see it. I'm guessing it's some trashy cereal because I don't buy cereal. Why are you reading it about it? Oh, I did buy it? Okay, every now and then it must have been. So why are you worried about showing it to me now? Because I have forgotten. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's funny because, I understand, or I, feel the same way, I'll get into groups of people that I just don't relate to anymore.
Yeah.
Or I get into groups of people that see that growth and they want to grow alongside of me. So it's really cool that sometimes people can grow with you, but then others just fall off, and it's just because you don't relate anymore. But
yeah.
like the people that grow with you, they want things like the physical appearance and the intelligence, but sometimes the things that they're doing, they're like superficial, right? It's like putting lotions or tanning or doing Botox. It's like superficial things.
Yeah.
So they think that they're growing because they're changing their physical appearance, but they're not really doing the thing like where you upgrade the habits, or like you adopt better habits that can replace the old toxic ones, because our old self is always like coming after us, and we have to make sure we stay doing the good habits to stay being the leveled up version that we want to be.
Yes, absolutely.
There's bees. Oh my gosh, there's bees. We just had a feet of snow, and now we have spring for what? Been 3 days, 4 days of spring, and now we have bees. Wonderful. Okay. But yeah, so those habits that we have to stick to, like the other ones, the old habits will always try to pull us back, and like changing our habit will change our life outcome. Otherwise, we stay stuck in those old patterns. So it's like people forget that you'll fall off and return to your old self if you don't shift that identity with those new habits.
Absolutely.
And it's stuff like procrastination. You know, we need to have discipline and confidence. And sometimes people have a money fear, or they have a problem following through. And then that's where it's like, again, our life will adjust to the way that we see ourselves. Like,
oh yeah.
How did you feel like there was things that were obstacles that you had to get over, like that distract you?
I just don't communicate with people that I don't align with anymore. I mean, if I see them at school or at a sporting event or whatever for the Twins or something like that, I'll be cordial, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way to like, hey, let's, go have dinner kind of thing. I'll be cordial with the person. And then if I see them, I'll, hey, hi, whatever. Maybe have small chat, but it's not like someone that I'm going to hang out with because I really don't align with them anymore. And that's honestly, well, this is the thing. I look back and I'm like, I was really good friends with that person, but honestly, I
you didn't know, but now that you know, you can't unknow.
Right, but it's like, okay, was I that type of person? Or maybe I was that type of person, but I don't like that type of person, or...
Parts of it.
Yeah, like, so... Yeah, so it's like...
Standards, a standard is the behavior that you're... Okay, a standard is a behavior that reflects your tolerance. So... your standards were lower, so you tolerated these other behaviors.
Yeah. Or I always wanted... Or, how you go through a phase that you always want to change something. You don't want to do that. You just don't want to be that person anymore. You don't want to do that habit anymore, but then you find yourself falling back. Well, eventually you develop and level up and create a new standard, a new boundary within yourself, and you make sure that you don't fall back on that habit or be a part of that environment, per se.
Yeah, I agree with that. And, like, it's not something you do that you're just, like, crazy and overwhelm yourself at overnight. Like, oh, my God, this is the list of things I have to do to be the person I want to be. Like, just don't be crazy. One shift, one step at a time, one choice at a time. Yeah, I love that. And then when you're actually in belief and living in alignment with that, you'll see your life shift.
Always.
Yeah. So, I love this. Oh, I was also listening to Debbie Neal again, and I heard this thing she said, because people are always, they're asking me, like, I see you doing it, but I don't think I can do it, because they already talked themselves out over the process. They never even took a look at the system or anything to see if it was something that was simple. Like, people don't understand how complicated we make things by overthinking. And Debbie McNeil was like, nothing is ever impossible. When you separate the M from the P, impossible becomes I'm possible. And I'm like, oh, I love that. Like, I've never heard that before. And so
I have a question for you.
Thanks for turning me on to her.
Do you know why you align with her?
Tell me.
She's in the same industry as we are.
I haven't gotten
She
I
is.
don't even know what she does. I just know she's a twin boy mom. She has daughters, and one of her daughters is like, youngest is 21, and she was going to college in Tampa. That I'm like, I don't know much about her quite yet.
Yeah, she is in a very much aligned with us. She's higher up in her company. Her daughter also, one of her daughters also is in the same company as her. But yeah. I didn't
like podcasting together because she like created. She has like a VP.
Yeah.
There's like a VP. Oh, that's not like for podcasting. It's in the company she's in.
I don't know. That I don't know. I don't know if she does more like a Ed Milet, like how he brings people on or whatever. But when I first started listen to her is because of affirmations, and you know we would do power hours and we would do boss camp and business camp and stuff like that. So when we did that, she would be the affirmation that we would listen to, and then later on I would listen to the podcast, and then little by little I realized, oh, she's in the same industry we are. No wonder I align with her.
I haven't listened to enough episodes then, I guess, because and right now, like, I like to go back to the beginning, so I feel like I'm repeating the things that I know, but it's like, my word for this year was grounded, so I'm like trying to stay grounded in the truths that I know to be, and just feel more certain, and not let like people shake me off of that. And sometimes when I get into proximity of people like I really care about, like it's hard for me. Like I switched over. Like I used to be able to talk to them like in a professional, non-eggshell way, and then now I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually really love you, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. And it's like, but loving somebody means telling the truth. So it's like, be kind, you can't be mean. You know? But yeah, I love listening to her because it's like aligned. Yeah, exactly what you.
Very relatable.
Well, since Riley got home and it's 4 o'clock, I think I'm going to convince her to go help me close my last ring. I did the standing one and the activity one, but I didn't do a workout today, so I'm going to get her to go for a walk with me. What day is it?
Wednesday,
okay.
Are you going to do your video for the plate? Are you?
Yes, I will be doing a shake plate too.
Yeah, I'm going to do a couple.
I got to figure out what I'm not going to give it away, but I got to figure out what I'm going to tell.
I know, but we have to do like we did the dancing on the table. We got to do something different. And then this girl, as soon as we say that, she does a live and a video on the shake plate the whole time. You know that, right? After,
I've seen her.
no. She did it that day. Like as soon as we said, okay, we're doing the video, she did the shake plate live and then recorded it as a reel too. I'm like, this girl.
Oh, well, that's funny. She
and she was like, challenge accepted. And I was like, this one. She did.
She's so funny.
But she does do the shake plate in her stories. Like she does it in her stories a couple times. Alrighty, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for going live with me.
Love you. Thanks
Bye.
for going live with